Hey there, welcome back to another online session of Basic English. In our previous lesson, we have been discussing about clause identification. In this lesson, we will learn phrase identification. Before going in details about phrase identification, let me clear you what is a phrase. The topic to discuss today is phrase identification. So what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of related words within a sentence that complements the overall structure of a sentence. A phrase lacks both subjects and objects. Hence, a phrase cannot stand alone as a sentence. For example, I saw a joker in the street. So here we have a phrase in the street. So look at this sentence. In the street, this is a phrase. Here we don't have any subject or finite verb. So depending upon function in a sentence, phrases are divided into various types. They are noun phrase, verb phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, cheerin phrase, infinitive phrase, and absolute phrase. Let's go to details of the phrases. Noun phrase. A phrase that acts like a noun in the sentence is called a noun phrase. It contains a noun and another associated words, usually determiners and modifiers, which modify the noun. So we can say that noun phrase equal to determiners plus modifiers. Okay? For example, they hired a huge beautiful home. They hired a huge beautiful home. A huge beautiful home is used here as an object and also as a noun. She bought a decent blank shirt. A decent blank shirt is used here as an object and also as a noun. One of our close relatives never drinks coffee. So one of our close relatives is a phrase. This phrase is used here as a noun and also here we don't have any subject or finite verb. One of our close relatives. So this is a phrase. So next one, prepositional phrase. A phrase comprising a preposition and object of preposition, noun or pronoun, is called a prepositional phrase. It may also contain other modifiers. For example, near a wall, on a table, in a room, under a tree, at the door, etc. So all these are considered as prepositional phrase. So now we can say that prepositional phrase has a noun or pronoun which called the object of a preposition. For example, the kids were laughing at the joker. So here at the joker, this is a small part of a sentence. Here we don't have any subject or finite verb. Rather, this small part of sentence is used as a noun here. And also, this part of sentence is used as object here. He is sleeping on the carpet. So on the carpet, this small part of sentence is used in this sentence as a phrase. The teacher looked at the blackboard. So at the blackboard is a phrase here, prepositional phrase here. Adjective phrase. A phrase that acts like an adjective in a sentence is called an adjective phrase. So one more important thing about adjective phrases, like an adjectives, it modifies a noun or pronoun. It consists of adjectives, modifiers, and other words modifying the noun or pronoun. For example, a kid on the roof is looking at the sky. The boy in the shop is my friend. She bought a beautiful brown chair. So in the very first sentence, in the very first example, a kid on the roof is looking at the sky. Here, the small part of sentence on the roof modifies the noun kid. So this is an adjective phrase here. And also look at the second sentence. The boy in the shop is my friend. So this small part of sentence in the shop modifies the noun boy. So this is an adjective phrase. She bought a beautiful brown chair. So a beautiful brown indicates the chair. So this is also an adjective phrase. Adverb phrase. What is an adverb phrase? A phrase acts like an adverb in a sentence is called adverb phrase. Like an adverb, it modifies a verb or other adverb in a sentence. For example, he drives a car in a very high speed. So in a very high speed indicates adverb. So dear students, you know the definition of adverb. A word that modifies a verb or another adverb is called an adverb. Okay? So here, this small part of sentence in a very high speed indicates an adverb. He drives a car in a very high speed. So this is an adverb phrase. The racer was running very fast. So this small part of sentence very fast indicates an adverb phrase. She always speaks in a respectful way. So in a respectful way indicates an adverb because this it modifies the verb speaks. She always speaks in a respectful way. They walked along the world. So along the world indicates an adverb. Right. They walked along the world. What is a verb phrase? A verb phrase is the group of main verbs and helping verbs in a sentence. For example, she is writing a letter. He has taken his annual exam. Students must reach in the time for the class. So you can see here, she is writing a letter. Is writing is a verb phrase here. Has taken in the second sentence also a verb phrase here because this phrase indicates a verb. Students must reach in time for the class. So must reach also indicates verb phrase. Next, infinitive phrase. An infinitive phrase contains an infinitive, plus base form of verb, and modifies or other related words linked to the infinitives. An infinitive phrase always acts as a noun, adjective, and adverb in a sentence. For example, I enjoy to drive a car. So, to drive a car is used here as an object and also as a noun. To get success in exam is an ambition of every student. So to get success in exam is a noun, indicates to a noun here. She sang a song to pleasure the audience. So to pleasure the audience is used here as an object. And all these phrases are called infinitive phrase because here we have to at the very beginning of this phrase. Next, gerund phrase. A gerund phrase is a group of gerund modifiers and other related words linked to the gerund. A gerund phrase functions as a noun in a sentence. I enjoy listening to the music. Listening to the music is a gerund phrase here. And this phrase is used here as a noun and also as an object. He started writing the letter. So writing the letter is a gerund phrase here, and this gerund phrase is used as an object and also as a noun of the sentence here. Crying of a baby disturbed me a lot. So crying of a baby is a gerund phrase here, and also crying of a baby is used as subject in this sentence. Next one, participle phrase. A participle phrase is a group of present participle or past participle verb, modifiers, and other linked words. A present participle phrase is punctuated with a comma or commas. For example, and remember one thing, it always acts as an adjective in a sentence. For example, the students raising their hands needs extra pace. So raising their hands is a participle phrase here. This performs the function of an adjective here. So this phrase is used as an adjective here. This one is a participle phrase. She got a mail mentioning about her exam. So mentioning about her exam is a participle phrase here. The chair made of plastic looks very beautiful. So made of plastic is a participle phrase because it performs the function of an adjective. The chair made of plastic looks very beautiful. Made of plastic indicates to the chair. Absolute phrase. So what is an absolute phrase? Absolute phrase is called a nominative phrase. It contains of a noun or a pronoun, a participle and linked modifiers. It modifies the sentence. It looks like a clause but lacks a true finite verb. It is separated by a comma in a sentence. For example, she, having books in her hand, was going to college. Having books in her hand is absolute phrase here because having books in a hand indicates to. He, having anger in her eyes, made his enemy. Having anger in her eyes, this phrase indicates to absolute phrase. She is looking very much happy, her face expressing a shine of happiness. So here the face expressing a shine of happiness indicates to the absolute phrase because it contains a noun. So here you have some exercises. Try to do it by yourself. I hope to win the first prize. The girl in brown frock is my sister. Did you enjoy watching the movie? She always drives with care. They were shouting in a loud voice. The train stopped at Victoria Terminus. Right. That's the end of today's lesson. Dear students, try to Watch this video very carefully because this video will help you to learn phrase identification, which is very important for your exam or job exam. So dear students, that's the end of today's lesson. Take care. Thanks to you all.